Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my views and opinions in regards to what's a good age to join the military. Alright guys, so it doesn't matter how young you are or how mature in age you are. I know people who are joining at 17 and now I know people who are in right now and they're 38. It doesn't matter what age you are, any age is a good age. I know a lot of times people who are more mature in age have a fear of being too old and joining the military. And what I say to that is don't let the little things, little fears cheat you out of a good career. There's so many good benefits and positives to being in the military life. Don't let the little things cheat you out of a good career. If you're more mature in age and you're looking into the military life as possibly a career, you shouldn't let that stop you. You shouldn't let a good career go by because you were too scared that you won't fit in with the crowd like the 17, 18, 19-year-olds. But honestly, I know people who've been in for 3 years in their first class, and it takes people maybe sometimes 10 years to be third classes. All right, so it doesn't really matter. It's all on your work ethic. So if you work hard, you'll rank up much faster. So you don't really have much to fear. By the time, let's say, you make first class, now you're going to fit in with the crowd, obviously, all right? So going into it right away, number one is what I like to call the perfect age, phase one, 17 to 19, straight out of high school. So when you straight out of high school, let's say you have a minimum of 4 or 5 or 6 year contract, number one, you're priority in the job list. Number two, now you have some sort of college credits built up because everything that you do in the Navy, everything you do in the military, you get some sort of college credits. And along with number three, the tuition assistance, you should easily have an associate's by the time you get out. And along with number four, the GI Bill, now, you can have a college degree and also maybe a degree and a half with another associate's. And number five, by the time you get out, you should have a lot of money saved up. Now, I know a lot of people who are, spend. They spend a lot of money buying cars and all that kind of stuff. And no, don't do that. Spend a lot of money. I'm not saying I'm saying save a lot of money. I'm not saying you shouldn't save everything. I'm saying you should spend some and have a good balance. So for me, I spend $100 each month on books, on educating myself, and I spend a lot of time making sure I'm well educated. At the same time, I'm young. I'm 22 years young right now. I don't have a lot of expenses. I can save a lot of money. All right, so by the time I get out, I'm an E1. I should easily have $60,000 because I'm an E1 and I'm easily, consistently able to save more than $1,000 each month. All right, guys, along with spending $100 each month on books. So, my personal testimony right there. I'm easily going to have more than $60,000 by the time I get out. All right, and second thing, 20 to 24, phase two. Now, for me, this falls into my category because I was 22. Right now, I'm 22 years of age. And the reason why I joined is because, a lot of things didn't work out. At college, maybe it wasn't for me. And second thing, a lot of my businesses that I had, it didn't really go well. It failed. And I took a step back, and this is a moment, the 20 to 24 age is a moment where you take a step back and reanalyze your life. All right, so, what went wrong? Why am I here? And you kind of reevaluate how you lived so far, and you kind of fix it along the way. So right now, I'm learning, I'm educating myself a lot. And I'm reinventing myself, so by the time I get out, I trust in my own abilities, and I have a lot of money saved up, and I have the GI Bill to fall back to, and maybe I'll have close to a degree because with the tuition assistance, I already have like close to half a degree, and along with the tuition assistance, I'll have close to a degree, and maybe I'll have a degree by the time I get out because of everything I do in the Navy. And so there's a lot more options. So when you're in phase two, it's time of reinventing, or time of maybe, you're taking a step back and looking at your life and planning ahead for your future. And number three, phase three, 25 to 29. Now this is a time of like the experimental age. Now you're at the time where you kind of need to set a career path, right? So I'm speaking out of my own personal view and also views of other people who are much older. Now, when you're in 25 to 29, now you can't really mess around anymore as you could when you're in 17, 19. Now you're taking the time to see, all right, maybe, is the military life the career option for me? And a lot of times, people coming in and they say, all right, I'm going to do my 4 years and get out. Now, a lot of times that's because, and people re-enlist. A lot of times, majority of those people re-enlist because, when they're in, they spend a lot of money frivolously, and they don't have a lot of money saved up, and they, at the end of their enlistment, they look back and say, and they look at the bank account and say, well, I don't have a lot of money. The job market doesn't look good out there, so maybe I'll re-enlist. Maybe that wasn't my plan. I didn't really want to, but the Navy there's so many good benefits, and I got a good paycheck, steady paycheck in the Navy. I'm just gonna stay. And you know what? If you the thing is, you don't spend a lot of time with your family. I know a lot of people who are divorced like 3 times. All right, so if that's okay for you, just letting you know, the divorce rate is extremely high when you're in the military career path. All right, so anyway, going on. Number 4, when you're 30 and above. Now this is phase 4, the last phase. All right, so this is when you shouldn't be messing around. When you're in the Navy, you're probably going to be in the Navy. This is your career option for you. All right, so there's so many different benefits. I know someone who's a first class, he has his master's. He's the first person that I met in the Navy so far who has a master's while they're in the Navy. And I also know a person, she's been in for 15 years, she's a first class, and she has 4 degrees. So there's so many different options and so many different benefits to being in the Navy. It doesn't really matter what age you are. There's so many, like I said, in different phases, there's different pros and cons, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what age you are. Alright guys, so I hope this video helped. I know I talked really fast and a lot of information I shot at you. But I hope you guys, I hope it helped. And if you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment section below. And I hope you guys have a great Navy day, guys.